travel beyond the stars and unlock the mysteries of the universe.
In the quiet of our cosmic backyard, something truly strange is lurking, an object that defies easy explanation. A cosmic wanderer that will challenge everything you thought you knew about space. This is the story of Oumuamua, the first interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system. But was it just a rock? Or something more? On October 19, 2017, a telescope in Hawaii spotted a faint point of light streaking across the sky. At first, astronomers thought it was a comet or an asteroid, but as they tracked its trajectory, they realized it came from far beyond our sun's gravitational pull, from the direction of the star Vega. They named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning scout or a messenger from afar arriving first. Here's where it gets weird. Oumuamua was unlike anything we'd ever seen. It was small, roughly the length of a football field, but extremely elongated, perhaps 10 times longer than it was wide. Imagine a cigar or a shard of rock tumbling through space. It was also reddish in color, possibly from eons of bombardment by cosmic rays. But the most bizarre thing was its movement. As it passed the sun, it sped up, pushed by a mysterious force other than the sun's gravity. Comets do this all the time. As they heat up, ice turns to gas, creating a tail and a jet-like effect. But Oumuamua had no tail, no coma, no gas. It was just ... accelerating. This is the point where science meets mystery. What could propel an object through space without leaving a trace? The official explanations are complex. One theory is that it was a nitrogen iceberg, a chunk of frozen nitrogen chipped off a Pluto-like planet in another star system. As it neared our sun, the nitrogen would have vaporized, creating a transparent, invisible thrust. It's a plausible idea, but it requires a very specific and rare type of planetary body that we haven't directly observed. Another idea is that Oumuamua was a hydrogen iceberg, which would also produce an invisible gas. However, hydrogen ice is so fragile it likely wouldn't survive a long interstellar journey. So, the conventional explanations, while scientifically grounded, feel a bit like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. This is where we venture into more esoteric territory. Let's consider the name itself. Oumuamua, the scout, a messenger. What if we take that literally? The object's peculiar shape, its strange accelerations, these are hallmarks of something designed, not something naturally formed. This line of thinking was famously championed by Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb. He proposed that Oumuamua could be an artifact of an extraterrestrial civilization. Let's break down his argument. The shape is highly unusual for a natural object. The acceleration, without any visible outgassing, is the biggest puzzle. What if the push wasn't from melting ice, but from sunlight itself? This phenomenon is called solar radiation pressure, and it's the principle behind a technology we're developing called a solar sail. A solar sail is a large, thin, reflective membrane that catches photons from the sun like a ship's sail catches wind. To be propelled by sunlight in the way Oumuamua was, the object would have to be incredibly thin, perhaps less than a millimeter thick. Not a cigar, but a pancake, a disc, a sail, a piece of technology drifting silently through the cosmos. Think about the implications. If Oumuamua was a solar sail, it wasn't just a random piece of space junk. It was a probe, a beacon, or maybe even the wreckage of an alien ship. Its tumbling motion could suggest it was no longer functional, a derelict piece of equipment sent out millions of years ago, now aimlessly wandering from star to star. It didn't slow down to visit us. It just shot past at over 196,000 miles per hour. We were just a brief stop on its ancient, silent journey. Now, let's connect this to a deeper, more mystical perspective. Throughout human history, our ancestors looked to the stars for signs and omens. Celestial events were seen as messages from the gods, prophecies written in the fabric of the heavens. Could Oumuamua be a modern version of that? A cosmic signpost, not from a deity, but from another intelligence. Its arrival forces us to confront the biggest question of all. Are we alone? The shape itself holds symbolic power. In esoteric traditions, elongated forms often represent vectors of intention, direction, and purpose. A spear, an arrow, a wand. Oumuamua was a cosmic arrow shot from an unknown bow, pointing the way from one star system to another. It entered our reality, our plane of observation, for a fleeting moment, as if to remind us that the universe is far larger and stranger than we can imagine. It was a whisper from the void. What was its purpose? If it was a scout, what was it scouting for? Habitable worlds? Resources? Or was it just listening, a passive probe soaking up data as it passed through star systems? Or maybe it was just trash, the interstellar equivalent of a plastic bottle floating in the ocean. Even if it was just alien garbage, the implications are staggering. It would mean that somewhere out there, a civilization rose, developed technology, and populated its corner of the galaxy. Let's explore some open hypotheses. What if Oumuamua is not the first, but merely the first one we've seen? With new telescopes like the Verisi-Rubin Observatory coming online, we expect to find many more interstellar visitors. Will they all be strange, or will Oumuamua remain a singular anomaly? If we find more objects like it, Loeb's theory of a technological origin gains strength. If all the others look like normal comets or asteroids, Oumuamua will become even more mysterious. Could it be a natural object of a kind we simply don't understand yet? Perhaps a new category of celestial body, forged in a process we have yet to discover. The universe is under no obligation to conform to our current understanding of physics and astronomy. Oumuamua could be the key that unlocks a new chapter in science, forcing us to rethink our models of how planetary systems form and evolve. Or what if we push the boundaries even further? In some mystical and philosophical texts, there are concepts of cosmic consciousness, of the universe itself being a living, thinking entity. In this framework, Oumuamua could be seen as a neuron, a signal, a thought, traveling through the mind of the cosmos. It wasn't sent by aliens, but by the universe itself. A fleeting moment of self-awareness manifested as a physical object designed to nudge our own consciousness toward a greater understanding of our place within the whole. A cosmic wake-up call. Sadly, Oumuamua is gone. It has left our solar system and will never return. We had only a few weeks to study it, a tiny window of opportunity. We have no more data. All we have are those few precious observations and a mountain of questions. It's a perfect mystery, offering just enough information to tantalize us, but not enough to give us a definitive answer. This is what makes it so powerful. Oumuamua acts as a cosmic mirror. What you see in it reflects your own beliefs about the universe. If you are a grounded scientist, you see a rare natural phenomenon that we can one day explain. If you are a hopeful dreamer, you see the first hint of contact. If you are a mystic, you see a symbol, a message from a deeper reality. There is no single right answer. There is only the mystery. Oumuamua has fundamentally changed the conversation around the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It has shifted the focus from listening for radio signals to actively looking for physical artifacts. It has legitimized the line of inquiry that was once considered fringe science. It reminded us that we are explorers on a tiny island in a vast cosmic ocean, and we have no idea what might wash ashore. What do you think Oumuamua was? A nitrogen iceberg? An alien solar sail? A cosmic message? Or something else entirely? The debate is far from over, and every perspective adds another layer to this incredible story. Thank you for joining me on this journey to the edge of science and speculation. If this story sparked your curiosity, hit the like button, share it with someone who loves a good mystery, and subscribe for more deep dives into the cosmos. Let me know your theories in the comments below. Keep looking up.
Welcome to Deep Space Dreams, where we travel beyond the stars and unlock the mysteries of the universe.